and go with Yuri. What? Hey, wait a minute. This is not editing. It's zooming in by himself. No, it's gonna make me choose Natsuki. No! Hi.
I'm in love with the cocoa. I got it for the low, 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 low.
Hey guys, this is Royal Gaming 16 and welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club. I should have played this such a long time ago, or rather, gotten back to it. I've just been kind of busy, I guess you could say, just in my personal life, but we're not going to get into that. Firstly, I do want to say I just got this in the mail. If you don't know what this is, you're very uncultured, because this is game theory. Well, I wouldn't say uncultured, I would just say unfortunately ignorant, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but one of my favorite YouTube channels and a lot of people's favorite YouTube channels, so I finally got this. I got another one, it's in there, I don't feel like wearing it right now. I've got a Mr. Beast shirt on the way, so I'm happy about that. But that's not what today's video is about. We are going back into Doki Doki. There is one thing, though, that I want to check. Give me just 1 second here. Alright, so in the last episode, I got this error message that said, I don't even remember, it was like an exception has occurred, and it was something about looking into a file to take a look and see what's going on. So I did a little bit of research, and I did find, let me put this on screen for you, give me 1 sec. Basically, it's saying, beneath their manufactured perception, their artificial reality is a writhing, twisted mess of dread, loathing, judgment, elitism, self-doubt, all thrashing to escape the feedable hold of their host, seeping through every little crevice they can find into their willpower, starving them of all motivation and desire, into their stomach, forcing them to drown their guilt in comfort food, or into a newly opened gash in their skin hidden only by the sleeves of a cute new shirt. Such a deplorable tangle of mess is already present in every single one of them. That's why I chose not to blame myself for their actions. All I did was untie the knot. And then it's just a lot of gibberish. Yeah, so that seems to be just about it. And then you guys can interpret that the way you want. I just figured that was an interesting find there. But I'm gonna go back to the game. Where did I save at? It was this, wasn't it? Yeah, I think it was, yeah, this was this. Okay, so I'm trying to create a poem that I think they're gonna like. So let me see. Empty. I want to go with completely her this time. Like I have my second chance here. So flee. I'm trying to pick only things she would like. Unrestrained, vibrant, dream, essence, sensation, memories. Oh, that was her, but that's okay. Peace. That's fine too. Color, anxiety, uncontrollable, disoriented, infinite, depression, ambient, tragedy, frightening, summer, crimson. Whoa! Excuse me? That looked like a painting of Natsuki. What was that? You'll notice I wasn't as scared as that one because it didn't do any loud jump scare. It was just I was just more confused. Like what? Anyways, hi again. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else already hanging out. Be good. Thanks for keeping your promise. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst in literature when you're not accustomed to. Oh, everything's breaking. He deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take it seriously, then you won't see the end of it. That's fair. At least you didn't glitch. Well, you are in front of the. Can you? Never mind. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps. I'm guessing that's your manga collection in the club room. Monica. She finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, she plops back into her seat. I'm sorry. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? She shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. Why is the music? I swear, the music changed for a quick second there. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read. Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now, so it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask. Wait, I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything. No, it's not that. I want to try to be a part of this club, so even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. Okay, you're not vice president. Stop saying that. I didn't want you to feel let out, so I picked out a book I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so just keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is How Is She Accidentally Being So Cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Thank you, I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. That doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki's rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I'd feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. Looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap, I think she noticed me looking at her. We've already read this, so I'm just gonna skip to whatever's new, basically. Okay, so this is new. The book, I didn't remember, but I don't remember seeing anything about blood. So she was describing how her book is, like what it's about. She said it's like the portrait of Markov, obviously, which we remember, but the weird thing is that she is saying that it's about the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines and lust for blood, but the facility gets even worse. They start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to. I don't remember that being part of the description. Be a little bit of a spoiler. Well, yeah, it's kind of weird. Not the thing about the limbs. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Exactly. Made it sound like it was going to be a nice story. So that dark turn came from nowhere. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing? No, it's not that. I mean, I could definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. So I think that's about it on the side of what is new so far. When horrible things happen just because the people want them to, but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worried anyway, then suddenly, okay, sure, not again, I'm sorry. Well, yeah, that was kind of weird, but okay, sure. Guess it's all right. I feel like I should let you know I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, my whole body gets incredibly blah, blah, blah. Right, you have to know. I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange, and please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Well, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? That one scared me. That one actually got me. Yes, I mean, you don't have to, but what are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. All right, it's fine if I sit here, right? I stepped to the seat next to Yuri's. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. All right, I open up the book, start the prologue. I seem to understand what she meant about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence. Yes, we know that. It's not a bad thing. A little distracting in the corner of my eye. I realize she's not looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just bathing in the feeling of your body heat. Excuse me? Excuse? Bathing in the feeling of my body heat. I don't really mean to apologize that much. I mean, here, this should work, right? Slide my desk up against hers, then hold my book more between the two of us. I suppose so. She timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm's in the way, so use my right arm. Yep, and then we're just talking about having a hard time keeping the book going like that. And then we're just reading the book, just like we did last time. We're huddled even closer than before, kind of distracting, and feel the warmth of her face. We've read all this, every bit. I'm literally just skipping to whatever's new. Continue reading. She no longer asks if I'm ready. Instead, I just assume she's ready. The main character reminds me of you a little bit. That's a new expression. Really? I was just thinking the way she second guesses everything she says and all that. That's what you were talking about. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her. Something else. Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet. Okay. Hey, are you feeling all right? She's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... Am I breathing? Puts her hands on her chest as if to feel the heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. Yeah, that's the look of a fine person with sweat coming down your face. I just need some water. All right, don't push yourself. Okay. Stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Did something happen just now? I have no idea. She's acting a little strange, I guess, so you don't know anything. Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Not really. I was just making sure you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing. Don't worry. I believe you, silly. She just does it sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. All right, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we could start it without her. What, be a while for getting water? You know, considering this game, I'm just gonna put this out there. I wouldn't be surprised if she was like cutting herself or something. That would suck, but I wouldn't be surprised. I was just asking. I stand up, I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. Okay, let's go with Natsuki. I told her I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I shared mine with her first. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotion. So basically, it's not cute enough for your taste. Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. It's the same thing. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced I wouldn't like it? Yeah. It's just her talking about. Isn't the point of poems to express themselves? Yep, we've already talked about that. Guess more went into it than I realized. Glad you learned something. Don't really care how old everyone is. If she feels proud, then let her be. Monica next. Hey Josh, having a good time so far? Yeah, good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions like new activities we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up. I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. Much better off going with the flow. Want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing. I guess I have to. Don't worry. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know, but it's that sort of burial we'll all learn to get past soon. That's true. I hand her my poem. Great job. I was gonna ooh in my head while reading it. Yep, metaphorical. It's underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very... Yeah. Yuri likes this kind of writing. Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like her mind is totally detached from reality. I don't mean that like that's a bad thing. Sometimes I get the impression she's totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her head, it's probably a much more interesting place for her. That's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really really starved for social interactions. Don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. Like earlier, I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly the door opens. Yuri, I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other. Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad that you took all the time you needed. All right, thanks, Monica. I suppose I should go get my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident. Yep, that's because I have to sound confident. It doesn't mean I always feel that way. I see. Well, let's read it then. Yep. This is say anything about the hole in the wall. I've seen that one. What do you think? It's very freeform. Is that what you call it? Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. That kind of style hasn't gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have put emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany. Yeah, influencing my poems, something like that. Kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you write a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, it never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper, tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. Keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink, so just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Random question. Are you saying if I keep my mouse in one place for too long, it's gonna make you bleed? I know it sounds stupid. I know it sounds stupid. It's just a random question. I'm sorry. Okay, Yuri. Yep. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? First covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. Hey, he's gonna hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Takes a deep breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? That's a huge compliment coming from you. It's actually my first time, really. Yuri stares at me blankly and then looks at the poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant she trails off unable to find an excuse. Trace her finger along the words of the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just there are specific writing habits usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick up a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. In result, both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once she finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. You know it. That's my Yuri. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though. Biased how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry, it's fine. I'm not sure if she's apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. She smiles dreamily if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Yeah, I've seen this. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. That looks like mine. Don't worry about it. Took you a long time to read it. Well, I just don't read the script very often. I actually think it's very pretty. That's a relief. We've seen this. Wasn't too short. Usually write longer. Really glad. I'll be honest. Yep. You into ghosts? Actually, it isn't about ghosts. Must totally miss the point. We've read all this. This is the same. Hadn't even thought of that. Impressive. It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm gonna keep doing my best for you. Me too. Yeah, that wasn't weird at all. Whew, I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. I was a little bit more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. That music. Did you hear that? It's fine now. But for a split second, the tone got really weird. This is what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monica's writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem and watch each of their expressions change. Her eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, she smiles sadly. What's with the language? Did you say something? No, it's nothing. Dismissively returns the poem. I guess you could say it's fancy. We've seen this. Yours is cute. Did you completely miss the symbolism? How could that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with nice? Yep. This is just the fight, and then we're gonna get to actually picking which people did, by the way. Yep. Monica, Josh liked it based on that. I know all this stuff. He even told me he was Here we go. Didn't realize you were so invested and try to impress our new member. Yep, that's not. Stands up. You're jealous. You're full of yourself. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of the way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Natsuki, that's low. This doesn't involve you taking out your own insecurities on others. Really act as young as you look, Natsuki. Look who's talking. You. Whoa! Hello? What's happening? Is it gonna stop or do I have to keep going? Oh no, it's getting... Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend. See, I just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school. If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with a sickening attitude. Then you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute. The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Be careful, you might cut yourself on that edge. Ooh, you already do, don't you? I knew it! Oh, did you accuse me of cutting myself? Okay, the language in this is getting a bit crazy. Go on, let Josh hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly, she turns towards me as if she just noticed I was standing here. Josh, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. How did I get dressed? Let me just save and go with Yuri. What? Hey, wait a minute. This is not editing. It's zooming in by himself. No, it's gonna make me choose Natsuki. No! Hi. Hi. How you doing? Hey Josh, why don't we step outside for a little bit? Sorry about that. Yeah, that got just that. But yeah, just so you guys know, that wasn't me editing it to where I was putting the photos closer. That was the game doing that. That was so weird. Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Some president I am, right? Can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. I never have an enemy to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. Oh, she's crying! Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri's rocking back and forth at her desk with her palms on her forehead. What did she say? I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what she might have said or did. Josh, please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine. We know you didn't mean it. Besides that face, though. Besides, I'm sure she'll forget about it by tomorrow. Those bloodshot eyes, dude. Completely. Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want. She looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica. You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. Kind of sounds like you don't want me around for something. It's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Josh. It would just be embarrassing with you listening. Well, I guess I really don't have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble, but I really appreciate you. Okay, we're gonna end on that, because that one got a bit strange. But yeah, we're just gonna stop right there and pick it up on the next episode. So if you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like, comment what you thought, and subscribe for when the next one comes out, because I'll be playing this again as soon as I possibly can. I do hope to see you guys in the next episode. This is Royal Gaming signing out. Bye.